Direct News TV. January 10, 2024. Russia-Ukraine updates. Zelenskyy says no pressure to stop fighting Russia. Here's a recap of the day's main developments. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy began a tour of Baltic states intended to shore up support for the war effort, saying in Lithuania that Ukraine proved Russia can be stopped. Lithuania approved a package of long-term military assistance to Ukraine, totaling €200 million, nearly $220 million. The General Staff of Ukraine's army says its forces repelled dozens of Russian attacks in the direction of Avdiivka, Maryinsky, Kupiansk and Kherson. At least one civilian was killed in a Russian-guided bomb attack on the village of Alkavatka in the Kupiansk district of the Kharkiv region, according to Oleg Senegubov, the head of the regional military administration. Russia claimed killing at least 450 Ukrainian soldiers in the past 24 hours during 7 attacks by Ukraine's forces in the directions of Ukraine's Kupiansk, Yuzhno-Donetsk and Zaporizhia. Ukraine risks becoming forgotten war, Pope Francis. Pope Francis is concerned that international attention is shifting away from the nearly 2-year-old Russian war against Ukraine, according to the Ukrainian Eastern Rite Catholic Church. In a letter to the head of the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church, Francis said he was sorry that, in an increasingly tragic international situation, the war in Ukraine risks becoming a forgotten one, the Church said in a statement. It quoted the Pope as replying to a letter from Major Archbishop Sviatoslav Shevchuk that raised similar concerns about the war, and informed him on December 29 of Russian air raids, the biggest since the start of the conflict. Ukraine launches service for relatives of missing Russian troops. Ukraine officials have announced that they are setting up an online chatbot service which will allow Russians with missing soldier relatives in Ukraine to check if they have been confirmed killed or are being held as POWs. The name of the chatbot translates to, "I want to find," in Russian and will operate on the Telegram app in a move that Kiev hopes will put pressure on Moscow 22 months after its full-scale invasion. Russian citizens can officially apply to this project to get objective information about their relatives, which is being hidden from them by the governing regime in the Russian Federation, said Andriy Yusov, spokesperson for Ukraine's GUR military intelligence agency, which deals with prisoner swap negotiations. The project will collect information about the missing soldiers from those who use the chatbot and check it against Ukrainian databases of killed, captured, and missing Russian soldiers. Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania to sign Black Sea demoning deal, report. NATO members Turkey, Bulgaria and Romania will sign this week a preliminary agreement on demoning the Black Sea, according the AFP news agency reported. Citing officials. The Russian Navy mined Ukraine's Black Sea coastline in the early stages of its invasion. Some of the mines have since washed up in the Black Sea waters of the 3 NATO member states, endangering shipping and complicating Ukraine's efforts to break through the Russian naval blockade. Top defense officials from Turkey, Bulgaria and Romania will sign a memorandum of understanding in Istanbul on Thursday establishing Mine Countermeasures Naval Group in the Black Sea, MCM Black Sea, which will oversee the demoning mission's operations, officials from the 3 countries said. MCM Black Sea's activities are entirely peaceful in nature and are not directed against any other country, the Bulgarian Defense Ministry said. Russia says multiple Ukrainian attacks failed. Russian forces have repelled 7 attacks by Ukrainian troops in the directions of Ukraine's Kupiansk, Yuzhno-Donetsk and Zaporizhia in the past 24 hours, according to Russia's defense ministry. It claimed that Ukraine lost more than 450 soldiers in these confrontations alone. U.S. accuses Russia of exploiting UN position, report. The United States and 7 other nations are accusing Russia of unfairly using its position as a permanent member of the UN Security Council by acquiring North Korean missiles and firing them into Ukraine in violation of Council resolutions, the Reuters news agency reported. A permanent Security Council member that willingly engages in these violations demonstrates a clear exploitation of its position, said the statement by permanent Council members the United Kingdom, France and the United States, non-permanent members Malta, Slovenia and South Korea, as well as Japan and Ukraine. Russia claims shooting down 2 drones over Voronezh and Volgograd. Russia's defense ministry says a Ukrainian drone was destroyed over the Voronezh region, thwarting an attempt by the Kiev regime to carry out a terrorist attack by an aircraft-type UAV. Earlier, Andrei Bocharov, the governor of Russia's Volgograd region, said on his Telegram channel that a drone was shot down over his region. There were no casualties or damage to infrastructure, he added. Ukraine seeks Indian investments to reconstruct war-hit economy. Ukrainian leaders have pitched for India to help rebuild its war-ravaged economy at a business summit organized by India primarily to seek inward global investment. Suggesting that Ukraine's recovery would be a win-win for Ukraine and international partners, Kiev's Deputy Economy Minister Volodymyr Kuzio proposed a recovery vision for Ukraine in a presentation in India's western Gujarat state. At the seminar in Gujarat titled Ukraine, India, Investment Opportunities for a Better Future, the Ukrainian officials stressed that despite the war, momentum was strong for both Kiev's economy and its accession to the European Union. Russian Navy chief says U.S. Tomahawk missiles threaten security. Admiral Nikolai Evmenov, the commander-in-chief of the Russian Navy, has said that U.S. Navy ships with long-range Tomahawk cruise missiles have the ability to launch an attack on targets across much of Russia. The formation of threats to the military security of the Russian Federation in ocean and sea directions is influenced by such main factors as the presence of powerful groups of naval forces of foreign states in the Atlantic, Pacific Oceans, and the Mediterranean Sea, he was quoted as saying by Russia's TASS news agency. Among these factors, patrol at sea on a permanent basis of ships carrying Tomahawk long-range cruise missiles with the ability to deliver a massive strike against targets in most of Russia, Evmenov said. Russia's war on Ukraine prompted arms race, Erdogan. Several countries have entered the arms race after Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says during a speech in Ankara. We are also seeing radical changes in security concepts. For example, states that 5 to 10 years ago considered defense spending to be a waste and a burden on the state budget, he said without specifying which countries he was referring to. Turkey is one of the countries that realized the risks very early and began investing in their defense potential, he added. Civilian killed in Russia's attack on Kharkiv region. The Russian forces have attacked the village of Alkavatka with guided bombs in the Kupiansk district of the Kharkiv region, killing a civilian, according to Oleg Senegibov, the head of the regional military administration. At least 10 private houses, a shop, and a school were also damaged in the attack, he said. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.